When I say that protein is not high quality versus other protein is higher quality, maybe that's not the best description. The better description would be that there's protein sources that are more adequate for horses versus other animals. Here's what I mean by that. Ruminants, when you feed a cattle cube to a cow, ruminant is way more efficient with being able to utilize that protein than a monogastric, meaning a horse. In a monogastric, they are way less efficient and they digest protein differently than a ruminant, so you have to feed them differently. So when you're feeding a horse a cattle cube, it might be very high in, depending on the ingredient that they use to get to that 20% protein level, it might be very high in lysine. Amino acids they are called the building blocks of protein. And what that means is, I'm trying to think of a good example of that. Might mean when I say a protein is good for a horse, it would mean if I say a dinner is good for you, what I mean by that is you need a little bit of protein in your dinner, you need a little bit of carbohydrates, and you need a little bit of fiber, amongst other things. So to reach that, we need a piece of grilled chicken, we need some good carbohydrates, some potatoes, and then we also need some fiber, so you have a salad. You have all of those things, and that makes you reach all the levels of good nutrition. The same applies with protein. Protein is made up of amino acids, so the horse needs to digest all of the different amino acids, and there are many, and the horse can digest different amounts of different ones of them. The first limiting amino acid is lysine. So the horse needs to be fed a lot of lysine, and you can actually buy lysine over the counter and feed that as a supplement to your horse. So the horse needs a lot of lysine, but then there's a ton of other amino acids that the horse needs. So if you're feeding a high quality amino acid such as the Purina Super Sport, the Pro Elite Top Line Advantage, or some of these amino acid supplements, you are supplementing the protein that you might be feeding with something else. Maybe it's alfalfa or something different than that. So it is getting you a little bit of all of those amino acids instead of just buying one different general protein supplement that might be very high in lysine. So that's what I mean by high quality amino acids that are specifically designed for horses.